Good afternoon, teacher and classmate. This is the third video about the third class plans. In this case, we are going to work with the students of third year of high school with the topic of movie genders with present simple tense. In this case, the students have a level of B1.2. They are in the last year of the high school. They already know a lot of things, and we need to try to make them to go to the next level. So in this case, some of the objectives that we have of this class in a listening is that they are able to identify a genre of movies in a simple conversation, and also speak a movie and give their point of view about a movie. About reading, we are able to know how to recognize about what is the movie, and how to know the genre, and maybe how they are going to watch what they want to watch. And in the case of writing, they will be able to give a summary of how was the movie, if they like the good aspects, the bad aspects, if they recommend to other people. So in this case, they are going to able to express opinions, feelings, and suggest others about the different movies. So we are going to begin with the methodology and the strategies. As in all the class plans, some of the methodologies are the communicative language teaching, audio, visual and language method, ERCA method, global method, and sometimes the didactic method. Some strategies that we have is to work with the whole class in pairs and individual in different parts of the class. And also we in this class we are going to use some technology resources that will be useful to make them to have a better understanding of their listenings. And also we are going to use some pictures or flashcards to make them to know the difference between all the genres. As an anticipatory set, we have here that we are going to work with these students with a tic-tac-toe game with a little ball, where they have to, the ones that catch the ball will receive a question of the teacher about the previous knowledge that they have in the year. So in this case, I say that the ball is with Luis, and as he please, Luis, create sentences in past continuous. If the students make this good, they will have extra points, and this is very motivating and catch the attention of the students because of the age, and they maybe sometimes are not motivated in our class. So in the main teaching input, we begin with the ERCA method, with the experience, and we talk about some movie genres, which one is their favorites, which one is the favorites of the teacher, and also we try to make them use present simple in a correct way, and also past tense because they are talking about a past event. And then as a reflection, we ask them, as a teacher, we give them the synopsis of a movie or the summary. In my case, I say this is a movie about zombies where one girl have powers and fight with a system, and the name of the company is the name of object that we use to cover of the rain. The name is umbrella. And at the end of the old saga, they discovered that she was a clone. Students, which movie I am talking about? And the student says, oh teacher, you are talking about Resident Evil. We try to make them to do the same things to other students. We have to encourage them to participate, to talk, and maybe have errors, but the teacher will be helping them to make better. In this case, also we introduce the genre. In this case, we say Resident Evil, which genre is? I think that is horror, or maybe as fiction, or maybe it's a combination of oral fiction, action. So the students begin to try to give a genre, and sometimes they will not know how to say in English, and that is what we are going to teach them. In this case, in the conceptualization, we are going to begin giving them some pictures of some movies and asking them for what genre is. In this case, we give a picture of Titanic, and they say that is a romantic story, romance. We give them a picture of a movie that is comedy, fiction, about warm, that is foreign of other country, that is not the most common, that is of USA. We have other genres of movies like warm, like western, and we give them some different pictures of movie and make them to try to guess the names. Then we combine all these, we put in the board, and we divide in the right way, in the right station, and we put them in good letters the name, in this case comedy. And then we have an audio of the definition of comedy, because they say that the meaning of the comedy in Spanish, but they don't know how to describe, they don't know how to give a simple definition of a word. In this case, the audio helps them, and the audio is in British language, so it's more difficult to understand, but will help them. So in this case, the definition will say a comedy is a type of genre where we laugh and we have some interesting and funny moments. That is the definition, and they say that is comedy. We have other definitions listening to these definitions, and then they have to create. This is in an application way where they have to pass to the board and give and put only one word to begin and create a definition. These have to have sense, because they just can put any word that they want. This have to have a sense. So in this case, pass one student, and we are talking about horror movie. So he begin, the definition of horror movie is, and one student pass and say and says that these movies are afraid. Other students come and say that a definition of horror movies is that are bad people, is about killings, is about kidnapping. So the students give different definitions to the each genre of movies. So then this is a guided practice where they practice between us, and also the teacher asks them while they are working with this about what genre they think is a movie, giving different options like World War C, what movie is it? If I say love story, what genre is this movie? And the students begin to difference. Okay, and then we have the independence practice. In this part, we are going to let the students to create a synopsis of every movie that they wanted, but don't put the name. They have to create in only five lines the synopsis of a movie, putting the characters, putting the principal things that happen in the movie, and then they have to pass to the class, some students, and they will read, and in that moment the class will try to guess about what movie is it. So they will have finally about the ones that pass, where they will have an evaluation where the teacher will ask them to write 3 questions that the teacher will dictate, and they have to answer. So finally, in the closing review and follow up, the teacher will see what is missing, and as a homework, the teacher will send them to watch the movie The King's Speech, and will give a worksheet where they have to write the title, what it's about, who are the principal characters, what genre is it, what is the thing that most like the students, what is the worst part, how much time was the movie. So some things about the movie that they have to watch and bring to the next class. So finally, some of the material that we use are two things that we use. One of these is the worksheet and the other are the pictures and the audios. In this case, the audios helps a lot to the students to have a better listening, and also we encourage them to analyze and create definition that sometimes is difficult for them. And finally, as a way to they have some funny, we send them to watch a movie that maybe they think is boring, but it's very interesting and they will like. So this is all about this third video. As I told you, the supplementary material will be at the end of the video. And this is all. Thank you for watching, and we saw the next video. Bye.